All right, ladies and gentlemen, Fab's in the house. And today I've got the Lionsteel Tispine here with me. And, I already shot this video here, but it was, my first one and the quality of the audio was pretty bad. So I decided to shoot this again. So we're going to analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this guy. But first of all, let's just do a quick size comparison. This is up against your Spyderco Para 3, and this is up against the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So you can see just right in between these two guys. And also, like another pretty popular option, we have the Chris Reeve Knives Large Sebenza 21, and another large guy. This is the Custom Knife Factory Snafu 2.0, designed by Peter Rassenti, and another super cool blade. This is the Shirogorov Hati, and you can see, pretty big compared to the Tispine. So there you have it. Let's have a look at the design of this guy, because this is, really attractive, very, very good looking blade, 100%. I'm truly a fan, of this design because it's unique. I mean, it's beautiful. This line over here and this line, like a yin and yang kind of thing going on, very, very clean overall look. This is, an original design by Lionsteel, and this is made in Italy. And this, of course, might, resemble like the Wilson Combat Star Benza, because of these radial lines, like grooves, on the handle. But in this case, they're a little bit finer, and they wrap around the integral titanium handle. In fact, this is just, a single billet of titanium milled out from the inside just to obtain this amazing handle. Very, very cool milling work indeed. The closed length of this guy is 4.33 inches. And when open, this is 7.7 inches. So it's a very EDCable size, in my opinion. There's no skeletonization going on the inside, because it would be pretty tough and difficult to mill, like internally mill, a solid billet. It's easier when you have scales. You don't have like really finger grooves going on in the handle. It's just a straight line right over here. But you do have some beautiful chamfering going on here to round off, all these edges. There's no actual internal chamfering, just on the edges, on the outside. This guy, of course, there's no standoff, no backspacer, because it's one solid piece. So you also don't have screws beside, the pivot screw, and this, this is the stop pin screw, that it's like this in the back. You also have a pretty cool lanyard hole over here, which, it's subtracting a little bit from the overall design, but it's not like killing the design at the same time. And it's cool because, you can look through and see that this is a pretty interesting solid chunk of titanium right there. Also very nice is the lock release relief over here. So, they cut out this chunk, so in order for your thumb just to easily access the lock bar and, just close the knife. So very, very interesting. What is missing this guy is a lock face insert, because you have titanium up against Damascus steel, so you should be, create some lock stick, but in this case, there's nothing. You don't even hear anything. So very, very interesting geometry right there. There's no lock bar stabilizer, and you have your lock bar relief, which is external. Just a regular stainless steel detent ball right over there, and classic T6 and T8 bits in order to disassemble this guy, which is something that I didn't attempt because I don't know. This guy is running on Teflon washers, and I saw a video from their factory. They use a special tool to jam the blade with the washer in, and I was honestly a little bit afraid of attempting to do that, so I just skipped that. So I don't know about the easy of disassemble to disassemble this guy. Also, I like the pocket clip. It's a true deep carry pocket clip. It gets up to here. It's a little bit on the long side, but the design overall, it's pretty good because it follows, the edge and the lines of the handle. So very, very cool. You also have, a nice clip ramp right over here, which has a pretty good spring tension. It's not reversible. You cannot mount it on the other side. In fact, fact, you see right over here, you know, there's just a scalloped hole over here to that doesn't allow you to mount it on the other side. So this is not going to be ambidextrous. The blade, it's pretty cool. This is a Chad Nichols Raindrop Damascus blade, which is like 3.35 inch long. It's a pretty cool drop point. I mean, the profile is beautiful. The stock thickness is very, very nice. It's the right size, the right geometry. The grind type is just full flat, you see, but you have a nice wedge going on over here. And overall, it's nicely crowned on the top to reveal, of course, the layers, you know, of the Damascus. So very, very cool. The tip, it's you know, it's pretty strong, but ends up in a fine tip as well at the same time. So beautiful. Grind symmetry is spot on. The edge symmetry, it's right there. You know, edge profile, you have basically full belly, just maybe up a little up to here. You have just a tiny bit of plain flat edge right there, but mostly belly. Up to the sharpening choil, which is very useful. It's not a finger choil, but it reveals, you know, a pretty nice plunge grind right over there. Nicely arched, beautifully executed, I would say. You do have a little bit of jimping going on up here, but it's not really like 100% functional because it's kind of like flush with the handle over here. Not really a thumb ramp, but yeah, as I said, you know, beautiful spine crowning and really cool swedge going on over there. What I truly appreciate is that the blade is sterile. I mean, it has, of course, this beautiful raindrop pattern, but there's no billboarding going on. There's no Lionsteel logo, which is actually only right here in the pocket clip, which is a little bit annoying because, you know, when you are putting this into your pocket, you're gonna, you know, show this, the clip, you know, on the outside, so it's gonna be visible, but not a big deal. I prefer to have it right over here than on the blade 100%. So the sound this guy makes is, it's interesting. I mean, it's not the best sounding knife ever, but it's like this. So, you know, it's a very listenable, mellow, soft, and rich sound. It's a nice click. Very interesting. When you close this guy, it's almost inaudible, almost silent. It's sweet. It's a sweet chime, tinkle kind of thing. Very discreet, very gentleman folders right there. Also, you know, what I appreciate is the weight because it's substantial, but it's not too much. It's 3.5 ounces because, you know, this is a solid chunk of titanium. So in the hand, the feeling is going to be pretty cool because it's the right weight, I think, for this size and for my hands. It's very, very nice. There are 0 hot spots. It's because the handle is pretty slim and there's no sharp edges. You know, you have a little bit of jimping going on, so it's not going to be extremely grippy. But you can do reverse grip very easily, and you see the heel of the handle just like perfectly shaped to allocate your thumb, so you can actually do a reverse grip. You can't really do like a choke up because there's a, you know, finger choil, it's not present, but you can still have a pretty secure and solid grip overall. You know, the overall feeling is like this guy transmits to you like a robustness kind of feel, and because it's well made, man, it's very well put together with a pretty great fit and finish with no gaps, like no blade play whatsoever, and overall it's beautiful in the hand. You know, the deployment it's going to be a little bit on the slow side. You can still like thumb flick it. You can't really like I can't really spidey flick because there's not enough room for the finger to be jammed into this thumb hole, but you can definitely spidey flick or just use 2 hands like that. But definitely this is not a fast knife. You're not gonna have any finger sore by doing this, even, you know, if the thumb hole here is not chamfered. So that's good. The action overall is very smooth. This guy is running on Teflon washers, and it's incredibly smooth. I mean, I truly appreciate this guy. It's not on bearings, I get it, but still, it's very, very interesting. The detent strength, it's dialed in. It's very nice. There's no risk of, you know, open this guy when you shake it, and if you shake this guy, there's no rattling noise going on because there are number of parts. Also, it's pretty well contained. It's limited. You know, being like an integral knife, you don't have many parts going on, so everything is well put together. You know, the clip is it's giving you a nice feeling because the spring retention, you know, it's pretty good. You have a a very nice clip ramp over here. It's not giving you any hot spots because it's not too high, so it's very well designed. Also, you know, like when you need to release the lock, like to unlock the blade like that, you have this nice cutout over here, which is going to be pretty easy and secure for your thumb just to do this movement. So very, very nice design. There is no lock stick. You know, you don't have a detent ball ramp. In fact, you have, you know, a little bit of a hard step going on, not a big deal. You know, you can easily overcome that, and then you just close this guy, which is gonna be very smooth going back into the closed position. There's no free fall, you know, you have to wiggle, but it's not gonna be free falling, or nor you're gonna have like any guillotine effect. Also, the detent suction is gonna be very, very low, but overall this guy, you know, looks incredible. You know, it sounds okay. The fit and finish is spot on. In the hand is very, very nice, and overall it's just a gorgeous Italian made piece. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching and stay tuned.